You're listening to A Neighbor's Choice Radio, and I am your host, David Gornoski. And if you want to be a part of the discussion on the most electrifying show in media, then you've got to tune in to NewsRadio 1025 WFLA here every Thursday at 8 o'clock, because we are about getting things done. We are past the old, outdated ideas where we just say, please, daddy government, mommy government, please tell us what to think. We're done with that, folks. And so if you want to be a part of the revolution that we're about here on A Neighbor's Choice, you can call in at 407-916-5400. And I am joined today with my chief science advisor. He is someone who boldly questions a lot of sacred cows. And look, you don't have to agree. You can disagree. You can vociferously disagree. But what I like about my friend, NASA physicist Dr. Weiping Yu, is that he has the courage to really rethink even hundreds of years of old physics ideas and say, you know what, is this really working for us? You know, we haven't had real innovation in technology in the world of, you know, energy and transportation and medicine. It's been decades. It feels like we're stuck in a dark age. And I have an idea about why that is. I think it's because we're so hard to challenge. Well, if everybody says it's true and all the textbooks say it's true, it must be unquestionably true. And sometimes that's the case, but sometimes it's just calcified decades of groupthink that hardens, and there's a lot of money involved, and it's hard to get over that. But Dr. Yu, you're willing to challenge groupthink.
Yes. Thank you, David, for having me again. This is a great show. I wanted to emphasize the last segment when I mentioned about the common misconception of the biggest group thinking among all the fundamental science is about what electricity is.
Right. Now, you said that was last week. You hinted that we don't understand properly what electricity is. And if we get a better understanding of it, it might unlock real dramatic technological development, because we'll be able to then apply this new map that's more appropriate, right?
Yes. So by understanding why electricity still, after over 100 years since Ohm's law, and we still believe electricity is a flow of particle, that's electrons, negative charged particle, flow in the conducting material.
So actual particles are flowing through a circuit, right?
Solid wire, a closed circuit. That's what we believe. That's what.
Now, but if that's the case, now if I put a light bulb in a microwave, right, and I turn it on, I see it light up. What is going on? If that's a closed circuit that electricity goes through, why is it able to light up the light bulb?
That's a question raised by many audiences if you search online. So conventional wisdom say, in order for electrons traveling at 70% of speed of light, at that fast speed, equivalent to go around Earth's diameter 5 turns per second. In order to facilitate that motion, you need a closed circuit. But that's not what we observe daily. We often see, like the example you said, if you put an incandescent light bulb or fluorescent light bulb inside of a microwave without touch anything, right? You can suspend it without touching. If you turn microwave on, the light bulb will lit up.
So that defies that conventional understanding of electricity.
Yes.
So again, quickly, what is your conception of electricity? It's you said vibration.
I said what I discovered based on the fundamental theory, and I find out there is no motion. There is no flow motion of electrons. None soever. But the question is why we sense electricity. I found that's a wave motion. It's a vibratory wave motion. And there is one audience, one viewer or listeners of you from last segment raised a fantastic question. I believe it sends to you, right? It says, Dave, sorry, electricity is a flow of electron.
Right.
Because we counted.
We counted the electrons.
That's right.
Did they count the electrons? We're speaking, by the way, with Dr. Weiping Yu, who's a theoretical physicist who is rethinking some of the foundational ideas of physics that have really not served us well.
That's right.
So is it true that we have been able to count electrons in current physics?
We do have a count. So let me see. We define coulomb. Coulomb is the charge of electron, right? 1 coulomb equals to 6.241 10 to the 18th power of a charge of number of electrons. And also, we also defined the ampere called a flow of electron. So 1 amp equivalent to 6.241 10 to the 18th power of electrons per second. So everything seems like stacking against this new discovery, right? The key is how they count. Electron is the smallest particle based on quantum mechanics in the world. So no one ever see them, and no one will ever see them, because the size of electron is 10 to the minus 18th power, which means a billions of billions of size of a meter. Let me see. In order for us to see electron, we need, say, right now we need to use light wave. The visible light wave, the shortest wavelength equivalent to 10,000 diameter of atom, of hydrogen atom, basically this is a proton. So in order to see electron, which is 1 billion times smaller than atom, you need a wavelength have to smaller than electron in order to see them. So that means there is no such wave can be smaller than electron unless, based on the generated particle motion, unless you have a super high energy, vibrated electron itself. Okay, so that first point, electron nobody see it, and nobody will see it based on the current technology. So you cannot count. Number 2 is the velocity. Electricity traveling at 70% of speed of light, 5 turns around Earth per second. So you cannot count them. So what they do, they base on the electrical signals from the electroscope, the signals, and based on the wave motion, you will see peak and valley motion. When you count that wave, that basically is a cycle motion of its vibration of electron.
So you're saying that electricity is not a flow of particles, it's a vibration. Now we need to get to the so what, because a lot of people here are saying, I don't have physics. I'm definitely not a rocket scientist as you are, Dr. Yu. So let's bring it home to people. Let's give people an application.
Yes.
If your theory of electricity is correct, we just have a couple minutes here.
Okay.
Please summarize a few ideas for example, what is an invention or a discovery, some kind of technology breakthrough that we could develop if we use that map that electricity is vibration? So do you have just throw out something?
Sure. Let me throw out the most popular one, I believe, solar panel. So right now, the problem with the solar panel is it only operates during sunlight, say 8 hours during the day. So what happens overnight? But once we understand electricity is wave motion, so that's how light interact with solar panel. When light come in, it's a vibratory electromagnetic wave. It's a vibration wave. So it created a vibration in the solar panel. So that vibration is electron vibration in the solar panel, vibrate with a light signal. So that's why you can create the electricity. So what happens in the night? We have an infrared light. We have so many different wavelengths of light. If we can harvest that one, so we have a 24/7 solar panel.
Wow. So you're telling me that there's a possibility that if we really rethink the foundations of electricity, it will help us guide ourselves towards maybe being able to have 24/7 solar panels. That's incredible. That's a leapfrog, folks, from the current concept of what's possible with clean energy. So I appreciate Dr. Weiping Yu. You have really blown my mind here, and I want to know more about how we can explore these new ideas if we just have the courage, folks, to rethink the sacred cows of groupthink. I'm David Gornoski. You've been listening to A Neighbor's Choice Radio. We'll see you next week, Thursday at 8 o'clock on News Radio 102.5 WFLA. Good night.